following me. How you doing, London? Wow, look at this. My name's Jack Saunders, and you are at a very, very special event right now. We're going to be speaking to the man himself. Who's here for Louis? I said, who's here for Louis? Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Tomlinson! Yeah, okay, nice. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for coming down. We are basically going to be running through what's been a pretty epic campaign so far for Walls and for Louis as well. I think it's fair to say for you, mate, you probably actually didn't have to run up and down the country and do everything that you've done for Walls. But you've stepped out and you've done this old school and you've got out there and you've got there front and centre with the fans, and that for me feels like the most important thing for you.
Promo's alright, doing the TV shows and that's alright, but what's better is going to see the fans, you know what I mean? Seeing hearing your favourite songs, favourite lyrics, and just so I feel like I'm really giving back to you guys who do a hell of a lot for me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because without you guys, you're not doing this at the end of the day.
I'd be on the dole, mate.
You guys are the most important part for it. Let's go right back to the beginning of Walls then. Because this thing's really for you, it's been a good sort of 4 years in the making.
Yeah, 4 years.
Walls, and you basically have gone off and started out by experimenting and jumping in down different rabbit holes with different styles and genres. When did it sort of click for you, the sort of album that you wanted to make?
I think at least half of this writing process was me developing and working on exactly what it was I should be doing. And I think more than anything, over that time, I got a better understanding of what I wanted to make sonically, but more than anything, I got more confident with trusting my gut, you know, and thank you very much. But yeah, we wrote Kill My Mind and Walls in the same week, and that felt like we'd really got some true momentum, and there were two songs that I was really, really proud of that, you know, I'd written and been a part of, definitely. So that was a real, like, breakthrough moment in the album.
Because I know you're a man who absolutely is obsessed with his guitar music. You love alternative music.
Oh yes.
And for me and myself, we've been on the show on Radio 1. We had a great time doing the Indie House Party. Anyone listen to that, by the way?
Sick show, yeah.
But I'm interested to know and get sort of deep with you into what are some of the inspirations and some of maybe the bands and artists that you really love and that has maybe inspired you to go down this different route.
I think a lot of my influences will have happened subconsciously. I didn't realise until I moved out of Doncaster just how different, you know, different towns and cities are in terms of sound and what they're drawn to. But you know, where I grew up, that guitar music was massive. There was an indie club near me that I used to go to every Friday, and it was that really sparked my interest. In terms of specific bands, I mean, Oasis is an obvious one. Probably my favourite live show, I was lucky enough to see Libertines at Glastonbury's Secret Set. Yeah, it was fucking amazing, yeah.
I think as well, something that we really, really need to point out is you being a proper, fully fledged frontman.
Oh yeah.
You're out there doing your thing.
Yeah.
And because all different frontmen, they have their different they have their different style, they have their different swagger about them. I mean, Mick Jagger's got his hips and all that sort of thing. You know, Alex Turner's got his little swoon out into the distance. What's your thing though? What are you looking to adopt as a frontman? What's yours going to be, do you think?
It's a good question. I mean, you guys are not pretty low key on stage. I'll flag you off a little bit. That's about it, really. Yeah, I'm pretty moody on stage. I try and smile a bit for you lot, you know what I mean?
You can't expect any, flailing hips around, nothing?
Oh, no, I've not got the hips for it, mate. No chance, no.
Well, that's strictly out the door then. You know what, actually hanging backstage with your team has been, we've only been back there sort of half an hour or so, it's been a really nice eye-opener for me, and I think a special mention should definitely go to your team. and the guys behind the scenes as well.
Definitely, definitely. And clap a bit louder for that.
That's all right.
Not all about me.
Because I think what really makes the difference in terms of a really successful album is obviously you as the person that's written the album, but your team behind you. You're really tight-knit, aren't you? You're like a bunch of mates just living your dream at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that is really important. It's been really important for me coming out of, you know, One Direction and the infrastructure behind that. I really need it. You know, I really need good support around me, good people, good ideas, and I think I've definitely got that. A mixture of, you know, friends from home and professionals, and yeah, I think it's a really lovely balance for work.
I know you've probably had a little bit too much fun when you've been out filming videos or on tour or anything like that. Is there anything you had, like maybe a night out that you've had that you can spill across?
Towards the end, the last few shots of that Walls video shoot, I'm pretty drunk. I'm not gonna lie. We had a great time.
Is that when you're just sitting on the chair? Just sitting by yourself?
No, luckily, because I was pretty high up there. Luckily, I was sober. But no, that was a good night out, definitely.
Guys, we're going to get to ask some of your questions as well that you guys have submitted to me. So should we crack on and do that? I think it's a good idea. Where's Sarah? To be fair, there's probably a few Sarahs in it tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, might be 3 or 4.
Okay, Sarah would like to know, there's sort of 3 parts to this. What song would you listen to, like, when you wake up? What, like, gets you up in the morning, gets you going?
Depends. If I really want to wake up and I need to kick up the arse, I'll put on rock and roll style.
Yes, nice. What does Louis sing in the shower?
What do I sing in the shower? It's pretty tragic, actually. I mean, recently, only my own tunes. I've been practicing in the shower.
My mind gets the shampoo bottles moving.
Yeah, okay, good to know.
Yeah, and what about in the car, like when the windows are wound down and you're cruising along? What do you like to drive?
I'm not much of a singer in car, but I don't know, probably just some Oasis or some Catfish.
Okay, nice. Some classic indie tunes, that's what we like to hear, don't we? Did you listen to much music last year, some new music, like new albums at all in 2019? Because Marina would like to know what's your favourite album in 2019.
It was Sam's album last year or the year before.
Fender? Yeah, last year.
Yeah, you guys already know, I say this every interview. Yeah, Sam is a legend.
Have you managed to see him live yet?
Yeah, I missed one of the best football games last year, actually. It was like a semi-final Champions League. It was an unbelievable game. And I ended up going to watch Sam instead. Luckily, the gig was fucking amazing. He played an amazing show.
Yeah, you won't disappoint.
No, he's amazing.
You won't disappoint. So, Lorna would like to know, if you could listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is a tough thing.
Got an angry shout from someone over there. That is an hard question. I'm going to go with first thing that came to my head. I've been listening to it a lot lately. I don't know if I could listen to it every day. It's pretty hectic. But let's go Cousins, Vampire Weekend.
Guys, it's a banger. This guy knows his music, by the way. This guy knows his music. Who have we got here? What's his name? I can't see it, it's so small. I'm going to go Sadie. Sadie, if that's your name. Can you remember the moment when you decided that you wanted Walls to be Walls, if that makes sense?
The album to be called Walls?
No, just as in like what you wanted it to be, the sound, like the specific moment, like the click moment in your head, maybe.
I've been having anyone who follows me closely would have seen that statement I put out on my Instagram. I mean, I'm not one for a statement, but I thought that was the right time. And you know, I basically put in a statement about wanting to follow my art and just kind of, instead of following radio. And I think I'd had a lot of conversations around those weeks. And, you know, I was feeling good about the people I was chatting to and the things that they were saying. So, I don't remember the exact time, but around the time that I put that out, it was a real kind of breakthrough moment for me. I felt really good at
it. So this is from Paula and Irene. You know your logo?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, to be honest. Honestly, I don't know. One day I just started putting it on the end of my autograph, and then I thought, oh, that's cool. Might rock with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Angela would like to know, what would you tell your future self?
I like it. What would I Probably just to trust me gut. I think I'm already pretty good at it, but you know, it's a constant endeavour that. So I'd say just trust your gut as much as you can.
What would you tell past Louis?
Oh wait, fuck! I was talking to past Louis just now. Well, there you go. Fucking hell.
Betty would like to know what was your favourite lyric from the album?
One that I'm always drawn to is it opens walls, it closes walls. It says nothing wakes you up like waking up alone. It's heavy, isn't it? Yeah,
it's really hard.
Heavy.
I like it. And actually, on topical walls, and like you saying, like you love Oasis or whatever. Like I don't know if anyone knows the Oasis tune "Acquiesce," but it screams that far.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. You bang on that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Anne. Have you ever thought of a music video idea and then written a song based on that?
What, so like the video idea?
So the video first, yeah.
No, I haven't actually. I haven't. Kind of be a weird way to do it, but it might work.
Are you a man for, like, do you really get involved in your music videos? Are you?
Yeah, I've always. I mean, I'm interested in every part of the creative. You know, I don't want anything to happen without me being like, yeah, it looks really cool or whatever. But Charlie, man on stage in me here, give Charlie a cheer, because I don't embarrass it. Thank you very much. Yeah, we made the last 3-4 videos together. So what's been nice about that process, and not necessarily something I definitely got in the One Direction process, was really getting involved in the video, and then, you know, being able to sit back and watch it and you know, see how it all played out. Is there
a YouTube channel that Louis created maybe when he was like 12 years old, and he's forgotten the password?
Yeah, there is actually, there's some, it's about 3 or 4 videos on there. Honestly, it's fucking hilarious actually. There's some really, really bad covers on there. One of them's alright before you start your shit, one of them's alright, the rest are shit, but one of them's alright. And yeah, some other like videos from me at school and that, but yeah, if you fancy a laugh, lad, have a look.
Well yeah, we'll get searching. What was, this is from Rhiannon, what was the moment, or what is the moment that you are most looking forward to for this year? Because I'm assuming there's a lot coming up. You just announced the Scarborough show as well.
Yeah. As I mean, as a collective, it's the tour, but in terms of what I've had my eye on for a long time is the first date for that tour, and it's the Barcelona show. Just because I feel like, you know, I've been working towards that moment for the last 4 years. I've always loved touring. I'm really excited about getting on the road. So, you know, that's the next step. So I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to seeing you live. Actually, to be fair, I've not seen you live yet. I'm actually going to come to the Scala show.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to absolutely boss it on there, mate. It's going to be good. Sarah would like to know, with Fearless, did you have someone in mind when you were writing it?
Fearless? No, I didn't actually. I mean, it's kind of, I always struggle to talk about this song because I don't want it to come across as like offensive and that. But you know, I'm at that age where some people are immature little dickheads like me, and some people are really, really old, you know, in the thought process. And it was kind of just an ode to, you know, I've seen you before when you were young, so let's see a bit of that reckless, stupid side. Do you know what I mean?
Nice. Holly would like to know what inspires you most when writing lyrics. Where do you tend to go to pull your inspiration from when writing? This might be quite good for any aspiring songwriters out there who are maybe struggling to pen some music or come up with some ideas. Maybe what advice would you give them when starting out?
I mean, normally I'm working off memory, and you know, the best thing to do about that, if I feel that there's something that's happening in my life that's interesting, or a concept that I've just come up with, I'll try and write as much in my notes as I can about that idea. They're not specific lyrics or anything like that, it's more of a story at that stage. And that's kind of the start of it. I've always been amazed at the level of detail of Amy Winehouse, and one thing that we speak about in the documentary is, you know, she would have things happen to her and she would note down what she could see, what she could smell, everything about that. And I thought that level of detailing is genius, so I try and, you know, give detail as much as I can.
I always find when we hear music, when we listen to it on the show, like, it is those weirder, finer details that you probably go through every single day in life without even noticing or realising, but when someone picks up on it in a song and communicates it in a, you know, a really nice way, and it hits hard, or it hits harder than, you know, maybe just like a generic or a throwaway lyric or anything like that.
Yeah, I think as much detail as you can fill in lyrically, the more relatable it feels, definitely.
Absolutely. So this is from Giola in Italy. Is there a song off the album that you added that you kind of felt bad for neglecting another song, if that makes sense? So basically, is there a song that
I thought was shit and another one was better?
No, not necessarily. Is there a song you wish you could have had on the album that you didn't? It's probably a better way of phrasing that.
I'm not gonna lie, there was maybe 2 or 3 songs that didn't make the album. I'm not that mad they didn't make it, to be honest. They were alright. I think the other songs in the album are better. So yeah, that's that. What are you shouting over there?
Rolling any comebacks at all? You need to really like.
What do you mean?
Like heckling. You need to get some big comebacks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, heckling me, aren't they? I thought we were mates.
You are savage out there. Okay, so this is. I can't read your name. I'm so sorry. Your handwriting's rubbish.
Oh, pard.
Sorry,
God,
I'm sorry.
Like
that was a good comeback for you.
Oh, devastating.
Florence would like to know. How do you name your songs on your album? Do they come from the lyrics that you write, or do you think up specific names for them after you've written them?
A lot of the time when I write, I'll probably have like a concept, and around that I might have a couple of titles that kind of fit into that concept. But most of the time I would say the lyrics come first, and then, you know, you land on the title.
Absolutely. Are there people, like, in terms of maybe bands or artists that you look up to, and when you maybe have been listening to albums on repeat or whatever, and you go through their track listings, are there maybe songs on their albums that you can pick out and be like, I really would love to kind of almost emulate a song like that? Is there any songs that stick out to you?
I think that's difficult for me, if I'm being completely honest. You know, there's definitely like bands like DMAs, and they're more like melodic moments. They've got a song that's called The Lead, which is a really nice tune,
it's good,
amazing tune. So yeah, I like that tune. And Silver, the new one is wicked as well.
That Silver tune, absolutely.
Yeah, it's epic, isn't it? Anyone heard Silver DMAs?
DMA
Get
Silver.
to know if you have.
It's like almost a version of a rave tune.
Yeah, it's clever, isn't it? It's clever.
Really, really good. Do you reckon we could see Louis going down a rave route?
Kind of did that with Steve for a second.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Maybe let's punk it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think go like full mohawk.
You dye my hair.
I'll dye your hair.
Yeah.
Like full green mohawk.
Yeah, alright.
Let's do a Prodigy collaboration.
I like it.
Something like that. Why not? Right, who have we got? Again, can't read your handwriting. Sorry about that. Laura would like to know. This might be quite a nice moment to share. What was it like listening to the album from top to bottom for the very first time and hearing it in its entirety?
Yeah, I had a moment, maybe about a week or so after everything had been mastered, and around that time, I've been listening to songs individually and specifically, listening intently to mixes and stuff. And this was different. This was just kind of, I knew everything was signed off, and I could just enjoy it and sit and listen through. And I'd say that's probably one of my proudest moments on this whole process, really. I kind of like sat there and took it in and kind of, as much as possible, thought of it from a listener's perspective as opposed to my own. And yeah, I thought it's a fucking good album, so I'm proud of it.
Did you hear anything when you were listening through in its entirety the very first time? Did you hear any song like differently, if that makes sense? Did you think you'd written something that sounded like something, and then you thought, actually, this kind of hits me in a slightly different way?
Not necessarily like that, but I did have a moment in, I did a gig in Madrid, which is like my first. And there was a song that that's on the album that I'd never performed before, called Defenseless. I always liked that song, but that something happened to it, performed it live, and ever since then it's really kind of got me, so I'd say that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's the way that the song moves. The live version, I'd say, is arguably maybe better than the studio version as well. So yeah, just a combination of that, and also when these not allowed to make anything sound good, you know what I mean?
It's nice actually, because I like it when a song, when you hear it on record and you're like, I can't like this thing, and then you take it out live and you put it in the flesh, and you see it's even better than recording maybe, but it kind of like encapsulates the whole audience and almost brings them into being part of the band almost, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely, and especially the latter process of writing, you know, I was really conscious of that. How are these songs going to translate to a live show? I think it's, you know, vitally important.
How have you found it, like playing with a completely live band now?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I think what's amazing for me is, you know, at first it was quite drastic being in the band and then being on my own, and then the fact that we're going to tour together, you know, and I've got mates and they're all really good lads and that, yeah, it's really good.
I think we need to see you backflipping off the bass drum or something, really.
All right, yeah.
I think
that
really.
tonight, yeah. I'll give you that for the encore.
You promised it now, yeah, you're going to have to. Elizabeth would like to know, what song off the album are you most proud about lyrically?
Walls. Musically, I'd say like Kill My Mind. I love Kill My Mind, but Walls in terms of the lyric, yeah, I'm most proud of that.
Yeah, it's a real banger, that one, and I think it's a testament to it, the fact that, I mean, when I was watching interviews earlier with you, and also like now just speaking, we keep coming back round to Walls, and it sits right pretty much slap bang in the middle of that album as well. It's the centrepiece, and obviously the title track as well, isn't it? It's a real important one. All right, we've got 5 minutes, so that's like 2 more questions.
Cool.
And this man is going to be stepping up here to perform for you. Actually, something I'd quite like to know, speaking about Walls, and like obviously you did the Walls music video and it looked ace over in Morocco. Like, if you had like unlimited budget to make a music video, you could do it anywhere. Because I don't know if you've heard, but Muse wanted to do a music video in space, like something like I'm talking like limitless boundaries. What would you do?
Wow.
Where would you take it?
Well, it's hard to rival space, isn't it? Fucking hell.
No, they've not done it. You can still beat them to it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that's probably
just give them the game away.
It's probably the best idea, like going and doing it in space. A little bit of trivia actually on that. When we just side note, curveball. When we filmed the video for Drag Me Down, the original, you know, when you're talking about when there's no limit to budget, being One Direction, yeah, exactly that. So the original idea for that video, although it was incredible, was we were going to do it zero gravity.
Oh, wow.
And he won't be too happy about me telling this, but we didn't do it because now we're too scared. So
Is that when the plane like flies round upside down?
Exactly, yeah.
And Niall wouldn't do it.
To be fair, I think it was Niall and Harry, to be fair. That would have been sick, wouldn't it? Absolutely.
Is that one about
a little bit of trip. That's why, yeah.
All right, final one. What was the hardest bit about writing this album for you? What's the most difficult thing?
I think discipline, confidence, belief, all of these things, because, you know, there's been it took me, as I said, it took me a second to work out my sound, and that was really frustrating at the time, really frustrating. I knew what it was I wanted to do, and I felt like I was kind of getting pulled in a slightly different direction. So I think just the fact that I got through this, and you guys received it so incredibly well, and it's been an amazing success. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of that, because there were some tough times where it did me head in, I'm not going to lie, yeah.
One more, actually, just before we finish. Go on. You've got the UK tour coming up, or the global tour, actually. You've got the Scarborough show locked in, that's happening. The album is now out there. How big is 2020 going to be for Louis Tomlinson? Like, it's going to be really big, it's going to be really good. I want genuine answers right now. I want these guys to have something to look forward to, something big.
Well, I mean, this isn't even me trying to sell it, and this is what I've been working my whole fucking solo career towards, is these tour shows, and, you know, having the luxury of being able to see everyone and kind of get that feeling of that energy between us both, you know what I mean? That's what makes me excited. So, yeah, it's going to be a fucking great year for us.
Yeah, I think you lot, as you and the fans as one, turning up and, you know what, changing the game a little bit. Changing the game a little bit. Because there's a different energy about this lot in here. Like I've done things like this, I'm sure you have as well, but from my experience anyway, there's a different energy about your fans compared to... So it's going to be a big year, 2020 for Louis Tomlinson, ladies and gentlemen. Please, big round of applause, show your support. He's going back out here in 5 minutes, mate.
Give me a dickhead.
Thank you guys, see you in a bit.